Welcome to the Vinyl Channel. I'm the Vinyl Guy Boss. Hello, Adrian. Thank you again for letting me know. About 2 months ago, I did a live show where I was showing a bunch of, and that's Bruce making his entrance into the show, of course, always. But anyways, yeah. So I did a show where I was showing a bunch of radio broadcast discs, mainly concerts. And got about halfway through the show, and my laptop that I use for this, by the way, I have a different laptop now. But the laptop that I was using, it decided to lock up halfway through the show, and I disappeared for a while, and most of y'all went on your merry way, and that's fine. By the time I figured out what was going on and got the computer booted back up again. So, but I only got about half of my show in. So I wanted to go ahead and pick up where I left off and do the other half. So basically, these are, like I explained in the other show, and I will, if I can remember, I'll put a link down below to the first half of this if you want to go ahead and watch that. But these are mainly box sets and records that were shipped to radio stations. These were not supposed to be sold ever to the general public, but of course they make their way to people. A lot of times what happens, the radio station will close and they will just have a fire sale. Sometimes, I know like where I live in Orlando, we had a radio station called, I think it was WDIZ, no, I think it was, DIZ closed, but I don't think that's the one that did it. I think it was a BJ 105. They closed and they just pretty much gave all the records they have in their whole entire catalog to a local record store. I think it was Retro Records. It could have been Rock and Roll Heaven, but I went in there one day and they had boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of all these records from the radio station, and of course they were all for sale at that point. So that's how that happens. Hey, Now Spinning TV, how are you doing? It's good seeing you too. And people end up putting these on eBay and they sell them. So I like buying them. And most of these are from the US. There's one here that's Canadian, but I think all the rest of them are from the US. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of these. How's that? So y'all ready? All right, so got a bunch here. We're going to start off with this one here. This is a Meatloaf live, and this is recorded live from their Bat Out of Hell tour. This is what the record looks like. I'm going to take it out and show it to you on the Epic label. So this pretty much is the entire Bat Out of Hell album, but it was a concert where they did pretty much every song and they recorded it. On the back here, it even says for radio station airplay only. So that's really cool concert by Meatloaf, his early stuff. So really, really awesome. I really enjoy this. I play this whenever I can. Not sure how many Meatloaf fans there are out there. Another one that I have here, which I picked up, which I found out was part of a bigger set. So I guess they sold off parts of the set. But this is from a Toronto radio station and TBS syndication in Toronto. But it's called Live from Central Park. And it had a bunch of, like this is hour 12, so it has at least 12 discs. I think someone said it has like 26 discs, so it has all these bands. But this is the Foreigner version of it. So this is Foreigner live, recorded again at Central Park from 1983. And here is the track listing if you want to go ahead and check out all the songs on this. Really cool. I'm a huge, oop, I didn't mean to hit the microphone. Huge fan of Foreigner. And this is the label for this. Want to check that out. So, but very, very cool. Love this. Yeah, Meatloaf is awesome. So got some Foreigner here. Here's one that I saw last night. I'm gonna show it to you, but I'm not sure where this goes because I'm not sure what this is. But this just says the Rock and Roll Vault Rarities, Side 1, Side 2, Broadcast Week 12/80/82. Here's the label, Rarities. So I don't really remember what's on this. It was in my collection, which means that I played it at some point. I don't understand. Well, usually I will label this kind of stuff to remind myself in the future when I pull this out and can't figure out what it is. But I didn't do that, so I guess I'm going to put this in a pile to play later on, maybe next week or the following week, so I can reacquaint myself with this, figure out what this is, because it's kind of just a black cover. So I don't really know what's on this. So what else we have here? We have Boz Scaggs. I'm a huge fan of Boz Scaggs. So this is Clayton Webster Corporation Retro Rock. Boz Scaggs Live from 1974. So usually what it is I play these when they come in, and if it hasn't got like a sheet that tells me what the tracks are, I will usually write them down as I'm listening to it. So later on I can go back and know exactly what's on here. But here's all the tracks on this. But yeah, it's two-sided broadcast week again from '82. So we got some Boz Scaggs here. Not sure if we have any Boz Scaggs fans in the crowd. So this here is DIR, ABC Radio Network. And this is Best of the Biscuit. So this is part of the King Biscuit Flower Hour. And this is The Who. Very cool. I think it's one disc. Is that right? It's pretty thick though. I don't know. Maybe two. Let me see. It is two. So it's two discs. Let me show you what it looks like. Try not to get the glare on it, but King Biscuit, best of the Who. So it's three sides for the two discs. Because I can see here, and I'm gonna put this back. I can see here on the fourth side, and I'll show you what it says. It says, and it has this weird design on it to remind you not to play it. You see this design that's on the record? But it says, this side intentionally left blank or something like that. This is a one-sided only record. Play the other side. So, but I'm a huge fan of The Who. I just did a video. It's going to come out in a couple of days where I talk about The Who. So, this is backwards. Let me turn this around. So, not sure what year this is. Let me see if I put it on the, or if it's on the paperwork. Let's see. So we have, a lot of times they'll come with sheets like this to tell you what's on it. Second Bruce, I know, right? So this says it's from. And this would be a broadcast date. So see here it says 9/9/84. So that's the broadcast date. So it's hard to know exactly when it was recorded. So sometimes it says it on the recording itself. Bruce, I guess somebody's walking outside. You know, how dare somebody walk in front of our house, right? So that's the track listing. If you want to take a look at that. So is there any more? The rest of it is pretty much talking about the commercials that are on here, Budweiser and the Army and stuff like that. Pretty cool. So it's nice whenever they include these inserts, so that way we know it's on it. Let me see if I can get these back in here. So yeah, awesome The Who. Like I said, a big fan of The Who. Let's see what else we got here. Is Chris here? Hey Chris, how you doing? Good seeing you. So we have some more King Biscuit Flower Hour. This is from 1984. So the broadcast date is from 1984. This is Christy Berg. So if you're not familiar with Christy Berg did "Don't Pay the Ferryman," which was a minor hit in the mid '80s, but it was big when I was in high school. But the biggest hit he's known for is "Lady in Red." So yep. So Christy Berg from broadcast day '84. Here are, it says the tunes. So here's all the songs off of it. And it talks about the ferryman and all that kind of stuff. If we're going to read that, and backside again talks about the commercials. Very similar to the other disc. I'm pretty much not going to take it out. There's 2 discs. Christy Berg. It's 3 sides again. The 4th side again has the same, don't play this side. So have that. I'm doing good, Chris. Hope you're doing good. It's good seeing you. So, Not Spinning TV is asking a question here. So, there's several ways I got these. Some of these I got from local record stores, because when radio stations close, they will either sell or give to local used record stores their surplus of records, or they'll sell them outright to somebody who might come in and buy them all, and they end up on eBay in the secondary market. So they're really not that hard to come by these days. You can go out to eBay and to Discogs and other places and purchase them. So they can be quite expensive, so you have to be savvy about it. So that's pretty much how I got mine. I would say about a third of the ones I got from local record stores, and the other 2/3 I got from either eBay or Discogs. So here's another one here, another DIR, Best of the Biscuit, King Biscuit Flower Hour. This one here is Billy Squier. And this one is broadcast date 10/10/82. Bring it up so you can take a peek at that. Billy Squier. This one has a little bit nicer of a label on the record. I'm going to take it out and show it to you. It's a little bit dark, but you should be able to see it. If I can turn it around the right way. There you go. So definitely a little bit of a nicer label on this one. So, Best of the Biscuit. Again, this was your side 3, because side 4 says "Don't Play Me," and it has just a matte finish on it. So they're pretty cool to have. I love Billy Squier. So to get this live was really cool. And if you want to see the tunes that are on this one, man, I got my microphone really in a bad place. So let me see if we can't. I think y'all can probably see that though still, right? Anyways, that's all the tunes that are on it on the corner. So you have that. This one here is pretty cool. This one here is RKO Radio Networks for broadcast date from 10/29/1984. They go about talking about how they expect you to broadcast the record. I think it's one record. I believe it's. Oh, I got that in plastic. I believe it's just one record. Let's see here. So it's Kansas and His Heart, captured live. And okay, there's more information there. And additional information here. It talks about the songs. So, Point in the Return, Dust in the Wind, Carry On My Wayward Son. And then the heart side is going to have Minstrel Wind, Straight On, and Crazy on You, Music Man, and Barracuda. Good tracks for heart there. You can see that. So, awesome. So, Captured Live. So, a lot of these will end up. I am not going to pull the trigger on the liquid-filled Kiss Destroyer reissue. I am not going to do it. I have one liquid-filled record. It is a Bon Jovi? Yeah, Bon Jovi Slippery with Wet. That is plenty for me. I've read horror stories about liquid-filled records, and I did pick up the variant, the gold, purple, and red variant that they have. I did pick that up. Here's the label, Capture Live, Heart in Kansas. So pretty cool. I think one disc is Heart, one disc is Kansas. So no. Oh, thanks for yeah. This came with the what was it called? Asylum, with the Asylum reissue. So, what I didn't like is that they were forcing us to buy these shirts. So like I wanted to buy the record, right? And then they say, no, you got to buy the record and the shirt, and we're not going to sell the record by itself. So that added like $25 to the total price, which sucks if you ask me. And I mean, if you want to buy the record, by all means, buy the record. But they shouldn't be forcing us to buy. I mean, sorry, if you want to buy the shirt, buy the shirt. But they shouldn't be forcing us to buy the shirt by not making the record available without the shirt. But for the new Destroyer release, they did not. They're not forcing you to buy the shirt. So the record was a lot cheaper. So that was good. So we have that. This is still sealed. Yeah, we're gonna put that over here. So, how about you? Did you pick up any of the variants? I know. I think the picture disc sold out already. But I'm not sure about the other ones. So now we're going to get into the box sets I have. So this is a Supergroups in concert. And this is the Cars broadcast date 1979. I put a little card in there to remind myself. Here's a little, it says on the back of it, if you want to go read it, it's telling you that not to sell it, to return it to the radio. Yeah. Album is solely for a one-time broadcast. Do not resell it. Do not give it away. Please return it to us so we can destroy it. It's pretty much what it says on the back. So, but it's pretty cool set. I don't know when it actually what year this was, but the broadcast date is 79, so it has to be after their second album, I believe. So, but here is the track listings off of this. Yeah, there we go. So we got that, and if I take a look at the record itself, the vinyl record itself, I'll pull one out here. I think I have them all in plastic here, but I'll put one of them out. Superstar Concert, The Cars. So pretty cool. Try to keep these in really good shape. Most of these, when you buy them, they've only been played once. So because the radio station played it on the broadcast date, they put it on their shelf, and that's it. They didn't do what they're supposed to do. They didn't return it to the people that sent it to them, but they didn't do anything else with it until they ended up selling it or giving it away or whatever they ended up doing with it. So usually when I get these in the mail, they're like in pristine shape. So let's see what else we have here. We have another one here. This is a little different. This is Superstar Concert Series, which is Westwood One. So pretty cool. This is Bon Jovi from 1987. Oop, I need to put that back in there, don't I? Well, let me lose that. Okay, so this one has the original paperwork with it. Bon Jovi, 1987, and talks about all the tracks that are on it. Living on a Prayer, You Could Live a Bad Name, Wanted Dead or Alive, Let It Rock, Drift Away. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was Dobie Gray. Dobie Gray did a song called Drift Away. They covered it in this concert, so it was very cool to hear Bon Jovi to go ahead and do the Dobie Gray song Drift Away, Living on a Prayer and Run Away. So pretty cool stuff. These discs, unfortunately, don't have the names of the artists on them, so I'm not going to show you all these, but I'll show you one of them. But they pretty much look like this. These Westwood one ones do. If you can see that. So, and this one has 3 LPs. Most of them have 3 LPs in them. Sometimes they're different colors. Like this one is black. The label's is black and white, but some of them are red and white. Some of them are blue and white. It just depends on what their mood was when they did it, I guess. So that one is Bon Jovi. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we have another Best of the Biscuit Flower Hour. This is a 3 LP set that just has the best of. This is a really great set. All these are live tracks, and they have. If you go around it, it tells you everything that it has. It has Linda Ronstadt, The Who, Marshall Tucker Band, Peter Frampton, Robert Plant, The Tubes, John Parr, Harry Chapin, Supertramp, Genesis, Phil Collins, Queen, Mike and the Mechanics, Elton John, and Led Zeppelin? Oh no, Elton John and Leonard Skinner. So they tell you around the edges of the cover what it is, but it's just 1 or 2 songs per artist. The label looks like this. So pretty cool, really great series. You can see these pop up on eBay quite often. Usually they go about $35 to $40. So it's not too bad for this. But the Best of the Biscuit. I'm gonna show you this one. This one's a little different because this one is not a concert. This is actually an interview. I do have a lot of interview. Can you see him in the video or can you not? I think you can. So I'm gonna try to point, like right there. There's a box full of pretty much the box right here. It's kind of by itself. That box is filled with interview discs. A lot of different bands from Boston, Steve Miller, Elton John, Starship, Linda Ronstadt, Pat Benatar, Genesis, Phil Collins. So I have all these radio interviews as well. But I want to show one tonight. And this here is some sticks. So they call it Radio Special. They actually had a couple of different radio specials. This one's a little different. This one is from the Pieces of 8. This came out for promotion, the Pieces of 8. The other one, a radio broadcast, was for The Grand Illusion. But they basically talk to the band and they go through basically the genesis of the band. And hey Richard, how you doing? It's good seeing you. Awesome. And but show you what that looks like. Put up by A&M. So promotional disc for pretty much they would send these to radio stations, and they would be promotional material for this album, which was the Pieces of 8. So cool stuff. I'm a huge fan of Styx, so I grabbed that one. I want to show you guys that one. So we're gonna put this back in this plastic. What else we got going on here? Let's see here. Yep. So all the rest of them are going to be over here. So all right. See, you, Chris, I give you a suggestion on starting with Kiss. Ian solo album. Yep, of course I grabbed Styx, of course. So this one here is going to be another Westwood One. This is broadcast date 1991, April 13th, 1991. This is Don Henley. So let's see what we got here. Covers look pretty much the same. This is the sheet that came with it. It talks about all the songs. So Don Henley, if you're not familiar with Don Henley, he was a member. Was he a founding member? I think he was a founding member, but he was a member of the Eagles. And this does have some Eagles songs on it. Life in the Fast Lane. It also has Dirty Laundry and of Innocence. So stuff like that. All she wants to do is dance, which is his songs as well. So really, really cool. Again, it's a 3 LP set. So we got that. Let's see what we have next. We have Bad Company. Bad Company till the day I die, right? So this is broadcast date February 1991. And this is going to be, this is the sheet for this one. Well, you do know, Richard, that Destroyer is not one of the first 3 albums. I don't think so. Wasn't it the 4th album? So I think so. So yeah, a Destroyer is a must-have. By the way, just so you know, Chris, behind me on the couch is your box. It is packed up, is ready to go out in the mail. So I'm gonna get that out to you shortly, and it does have a copy of Destroyer in it. So just so you know, I'm sending you a copy of Destroyer. It is the Walmart edition of the Destroyer Resurrected on orange vinyl. You should enjoy it. Pressed very well. So that's coming to you there, Chris. So yeah, Bad Company, Rock and Roll Fantasy, Shake It Up. I feel like Making Love. All those great songs. This record is a little different than the other one. The label is a little different, so I'm gonna show it to you. Oops, let me get this off. You don't like Destroyer? That's it, off my channel. No, seriously. Destroyer is my favorite Kiss album, so but that's fine. I get it. You know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. But yeah, I love Destroyer. So, but that's what that label looks like there for that one. So what's your, no problem, Chris. Boz is the man. So what's your beef with the Destroyer there, Richard? Why don't you care for it? I mean, it's a killer album. It's got, you know, Detroit Rock City on it, has Beth on it, has King of the Nighttime World on it, has God of Thunder, it has all these Sweet Pain, the Youth, what is it? Man, my brain is on anyways, that other Youth song, and it's just an amazing. I like parts of Destroyer. Okay, all right, you're saved. Okay. It's not Wasted Youth. What is it? It's something you set the world on fire. I'm trying to think of the song. I can't think of it. It's not Wasted Youth, right? It's I can't think of it. I got the picture of the 45 in my head, but I just can't think of the first word. Anyways, this one here is Bryan Adams, Dire Straits, and Eric Clapton and others. So this is like a festival. Flaming Youth, that's it. Man, my brain is fried, let me tell you what. So that's in here is Bryan Adams, Dire Straits, Eric Clapton, others. Eric Clapton, actually, you know what? I have this on my channel. This song that I did. So Eric Clapton and Dire Straits went on stage together and did Money for Nothing together. Really great version of it. It's like takes up the whole side of the record. And I recorded it and I put it on my channel. So if you wanted to hear it, it's out there. Just do a search for Eric Clapton. And I recorded it right from this album, from this box set. So yeah, but really great. Let me see if it has the original certificate of performance. So I think it has, who else is on here beside? Does it have all the groups on here? And it says others, but I don't remember who everyone is. Anyways, not that important. Walk of Life. Sultans of Swing. So, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. So, all these songs. Pretty cool. So have that. Put this away as well. And I think that one goes there. Okay, so next we have Rod Stewart. I do like Rod Stewart a lot, so we're happy to go ahead and pick up one with Rod Stewart. This is from Broadcast Date 1990. Again, the same cover. Comes with the sheet, broadcast sheet. Of course, Rod Stewart's got a huge, list of songs he's done over the years that have been hits. But this has Maggie May, Twisting the Night Away, Do You Think I'm Sexy? First Cut is the Deepest, Forever Young. He does Dock of the Bay, which is cool. So Hot Legs, Lost in You. So yeah, good concert for Rod Stewart. Let's see what else we have here. Moving on, we have some REO Speedwagon. I love me some REO Speedwagon. REO Speedwagon from 1991. Again, these are broadcast dates. There's no telling when exactly that it was recorded. So sometimes at the beginning of the show when you're listening to it, it'll say, Let's Join REO Speedwagon from 1983 on stage at the Fairfax Coliseum or something like that. So they tell you in the recording where it is, but they don't say where it usually doesn't say anywhere in the paperwork. So you just don't know. But so this has Keep Pushing, Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. All these great songs for them. Again, certificate of performance. It's really cool to have. What was that? Oh, did you? Well, I guess for now we're going to leave that out. That came out of something. Trying to keep everything straight here. Okay, and put this back on the plastic. Next we have some Elton John. Hey Fussell, how you doing? Good seeing you. Oh, I didn't see this. Great Expectations suck big time. Yeah, the songs you mentioned I do like, except for I think Great Expectations is a really great song. So, but then again, I'm a huge fan. So, but it's good to see you there, Fussell. How you doing tonight? So we have Elton John from broadcast date 1985. I keep these little cards in here because it reminds me of exactly what it is and what the broadcast date is. Because sometimes some of them have people write on them like that, but some of them have no writing at all on the front. So without those little inserts, I don't know. This one has a they did it up a little differently. Looks like this. So. But for airing 5/18/85, Tiny Dancer, Levon, Rocket Man, Daniel, Candle in the Wind, Don't Let the Sun Come Down on Me, Who Wears Those Shoes, Benny the Jets, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Philadelphia Freedom, all these awesome Elton John songs. This is a great concert. I remember listening to it. It's one of the best concerts that I have in the series as far as all the hits. So, and this one here is one of the ones that was a little different. Remember how I was saying that they're sometimes different colors? This one here is red. I don't know what the significance, and now I think I have one that's blue as well. So I don't know really what the significance of the different colors are, except maybe they just decided to make it red instead of black. But it is what it is, I guess. We have that one. Sammy Hagar, 83 live radio broadcast. That's awesome. Richard, is it Westwood One or is it King Biscuit Flower Hour? Me and Pops are watching you guys from the Keys. Oh, nice. My wife and I had our honeymoon down in Alamorada, down in the Keys. And we've been to Key West a couple times since then too. Without going down to the Keys, but it's been a while. So very cool. Good seeing you. And we have Sammy. Yep, he says he has a Sammy Hagar broadcast. Cool. Yeah, let me know what that is. I'm curious. Here's Joe Walsh, another member of the Eagles, not a founding member. I think he came on the second album, if I remember right. This is Joe Walsh from 1984. Yeah, and the cover is pretty much the same, but they've the radio station put stickers on it. So, or is that way? Yeah, that's right. So this one came with an interesting little insert. It says affidavit of performance. And they have a card here So what they want you to do is when you return this to them, they want you to notate exactly to verify that you that you played this and when. So, but this one has In the City, of course, that's an Eagles song. No, Joe In the City was originally performed by Joe Walsh for the movie. The Warriors. So Joe Walsh performed In the City for the movie The Warriors, and it's a different version on that soundtrack. And then the Eagles did it later. So, but here's Joe Walsh doing In the City live here. Life on the Fast Lane, Space Age Whiz Kid, all these great songs by Joe Walsh. So, cool. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of them out there. So, I pick them up whenever I can because I refuse to pay a whole lot of money for these. So I wait until one comes up that's not all that much. Most of these I've got for between 30 and 50 a piece. There is one that I paid quite a bit more. I showed that at my last show. But that's because I really wanted that one, and that one is super hard to come by. That's a Styx from 1983. In the past 20 years, I've only seen two for sale, and I paid $100 for mine, but the other one was going for $300. So I'm glad I decided to go ahead and buy that one for $100, even though it's a little bit more than I typically spend. But I haven't seen another copy for sale since. So. This one here is a John Cougar. So John Cougar Mellencamp from 1980, well, broadcast date 1984. This one has some writing on the sleeves. Important notice: copyright exists on this recording. Unauthorized copying, re-recording, or broadcasting is not. Yeah. So. Just some interesting little notice there on the cover, on the sleeve. But all these I showed you were 3 LPs, by the way. But this one has Heartbreak Hotel, Pretty Ballerina, Jackie Diane, Crumbling Down, Handhold, Authority Song, Play Guitar, Pink Houses. Excuse me, all these great songs by John Cougar Mellencamp. Yeah, they're gonna be pricey, but like I said, the majority of them are between 30 and 50. So if you can get one of these under 50, it's mostly a good deal. So because some people think that they're like, I've seen them up for $300, $400, $500, and it's like I'm not gonna pay that kind of money, and I don't know if anybody does, but. And it's not uncommon that I've seen them go for like between 80 and 120, and I think they eventually sell them, but that's still too much for me. I've actually passed on a couple of them because they were that price. So yeah, I just I'm always looking for the deal. So, but anyways, have that one there. And I have one more for you here to show, which is also another John Cougar, but this one is from 1989. So this broadcast is from 1989. It's 5 years later. April of 1989. So let's see what's on this one. This one didn't come with the original sheet, so I printed this out. Actually, I think the person who sold this to me printed this out because it looks like it's typed on a computer. So, or I could have found it online and printed it out. I don't remember. This one has Rain on the Scarecrow, Small Town, Crumbling Down as well, Play Guitar, Authority Song, Pink Houses, Cherry Bomb. So it has some of his more later stuff. But I'm a huge fan of John Cougar Mellencamp. So really cool to have. yeah. So they're, I mean, you know, there's definitely deals to be had on these, and I have my searches set up for them, and they pop up and tell me when someone's selling one. If the price is right. I think I mentioned this in my last show. There's an Aerosmith, one of these that was Aerosmith, and the guy wanted $45 for it, which wasn't too bad. But I hemmed and hawed. I waited too long. I waited like 4 or 5 days after it came up for sale, and I was deciding on whether to buy it or not. I was like, $45 is a little bit high, but I really want, you know, an Aerosmith one. So the day I decided, like 4 or 5 days later, I decided to go out and pull the trigger and buy it. I went out to eBay, and somebody had already bought it already. So that was a little bit painful, but I learned my lesson on that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put that like that for the moment, because I'm going to get up and I'm going to show you guys something here that I got. All right, I'm coming back. I promise. There we go. Do I have a knife? Let me see. So I came across this. I bought this about a month ago, and I never ever opened it. And I figured, why not? I'm going to get rid of this. There you go. Thanks. So this is the 50th anniversary of Kiss Alive. Bring up the hype sticker. So pretty nice. The lettering on the back looks like it's a little bit of metallic, I think. Ink is shiny ink for the titles, and the Live is also some shiny ink as well. So John Cougar opened for Heart in the mid-'80s. Cougar was way better than Heart that night. I did like Heart too, don't get me wrong. So yeah, but John Cougar is amazing. I wish I could have seen him live. I think he actually came here. He came here, was it last year or the previous year? I think it was either last year or the previous year, but the tickets were just, the pricing of the tickets were horrendous. So I just didn't go. But I wish I could have seen him. So this looks like it's a gatefold, like it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna open this up and show you what this looks like. Save the hype sticker. Again, you can see here the Live is definitely shiny metallic, as well as the back. That gold coloring. So that's kind of cool. Live unboxing. There you go. So so they said it's going to come with some things. I opened the inside up and it had these sitting in there. So it's got this book. Rolling nice. I like that. Great pictures of the band. So yeah, nice book. Comes with a poster. See if I can carefully open it up. Show it to you. Cool. That's the poster. Is that similar to the original book? Cool. So I'm gonna put that down there. After I get the records out, I'll show you the gatefold. So this is what the vinyl looks like. So on this, it's a Bogart label. You can see Bogart on it, but it's gold for the 50th anniversary. Very cool. So that's the first disc, and the second one is going to look, of course, similar. Before I show you that, I'm going to go ahead. Is there anything else in here? Oh, you know, it's cool. The inside, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the inside is a gold color. Instead of being white or black, they actually have it's a gold coloring for the inside of the, anyways, that's the gatefold. So, and the second disc, gonna look pretty similar to the first one. Of course, none of these look always, you know, exactly the same. They're a little bit different. But very, very cool. So when that destroyer comes in, I'm going to have, let's see, I have two Bogart destroyers, original Bogart destroyers. I do not have any of the Camel label destroyers. I have the Newbury Comics reissue on that red and black marble vinyl. I have the 2012. I think it's a 2014 or 2012? Anyway, either 2014 or 2012 Resurrected when it first came out, and I have the Walmart Resurrected on orange vinyl as well, and I have the 45th anniversary Destroyer on the, is it blue and yellow vinyl or red and yellow vinyl? I showed that a couple weeks ago. So yeah, very, very cool. Cool splatter. Yep. So I have quite a few versions of Destroyer already. So, but this one had to get because it was the 50th anniversary, and considering that they did not include force us to buy the shirt, it was actually a reasonable price. So, which is nice. So, but no, I did not get the. I know Chris earlier I talked about the liquid filled. I just, you know, it'd be nice to have. But first of all, it's $100. It's a lot of money, and I hear stories about these liquid fills. They get leaks. The liquid dries up. All kind of problems with them. So I got one already in my collection, and that's plenty. So white and gold Cornetto with black splatter. Yeah. Yep. So here's the part of the show where I'm going to go ahead and invite anybody who wants to come up to the, let me see if I can put it out here, and chat for a few minutes with me. If it'll go, there it is. So you can use that link and come up on the panel if you wish, because I pretty much showed you everything that I have pulled out, and I was going to show you. So is there any news from KISS on other reissues? I don't know, personally. Quite possible. I don't know. Dressed to Kill came out. I don't really know. Was that 75? Was released. They're saying the movie Dressed to Kill. I'm talking about the album Dressed to Kill by KISS. Was released, 75. So last year was the anniversary for that. I think they actually did put out a Dressed to Kill anniversary edition last year. So I did not get that one. I don't buy them all because it's a lot of money. I get the ones that I really liked. So I've gotten the the Dynasty. I've gotten the Love Gun. I've gotten the Destroyer. I got the Alive, and I've also picked up the Unmasked. So I think there's 2 or 3 or 4 other ones that I didn't pick up. So gotcha. No problem there, Chris. I was going to give anybody an opportunity to come up if they wanted to talk. That's cool. Dressed to Kill got a reissue last year. Yeah, I think so. I think I read about it, but no, I didn't pick that one up. But I did pick up Asylum. I think last year Asylum also came out, right? Kiss Asylum. What year was that released? That was 85. So yeah, so it was it came out last year. You know, I'm not really a fan of Iron Maiden. They're a little bit too hard for me. I do have I think 1, maybe 2. Back around 2016, I think it was, maybe 2017 or 2015 even, they came out with some singles. And one of the singles I did like, so I picked it up. I might have picked up a second one. I have those in my collection, but other than that, I don't have any Iron Maiden in my collection. I'm just not a fan of Iron Maiden. They're just, they hit a wall with me, and I like hard rock, I like metal, but it can't be too hard. You know, when you start getting to the where you can't make out what they're saying, and it's so, I just, you know, them and who else? Metallica. I don't really like Metallica. I think there's one song by Metallica I like, but the rest of them I just don't care for. So, but other than that, yeah, it's just, I'm not a huge fan of Iron Maiden. I wish they'd reissue the Kiss Originals LP set. So, is that this one here? Let me see. I'm going to go grab this real fast. Way over here. Of course, I have to be way over here doing it. Since you mentioned that, and I can tell you, but I can't show you. The reason why I'm muting my camera is because, hate to say, I'm sitting here, I'm kind of in my underwear, and so I don't want to flash you all. So, anyways, but I got up and walked outside the room. So I have an original, an OG pressing of Kiss Originals. So I bought this about a year ago. Still haven't even got around to playing it yet. So, but I don't know if they're going to come out with a remastered. This has a lot of goodies in it. Let me see. It has. Let me really quick, because I don't want to hurt these records. I'm going to put these Kiss Alives back on the cover. They're just laying here. So, if they will go back on the cover. So yeah, so that's all going to go in there. That's good. So yeah, so I picked this up about a year ago from a seller, and had all this stuff inside of it. It came with this and this artwork here. This is cardboard. Has this book. So it's a good book. It's thick. It's got about maybe 10 pages in it. So we have that. Oh, I think this is this might be a Japanese release of it. So we got some Japanese lyrics. So I guess it didn't come with the obi though. I forgot it was. I forgot it was Japanese, and I mean he really put it in this. I didn't do this. The seller did this. I didn't even take it out since I got it. But oh man, I'm gonna have to cut this. I can't even get it out. What did I do with that knife earlier? I might have to just rip it. I don't know. Try to get this out. Trying to be careful with it. Okay, that's garbage. So that's the Kiss Originals. The back. There's a catalog number VIP 55013. Oh, let me get rid of this. That way, there you go. Get rid of the glare. Victor Music Industries. Let's see. As this on the inside. And is this the first 3 albums? Is that what this is? Yeah. And again, it's Japanese pressings of it. So we got that one there, which is Dress to Kill. And we have Harder Than Hell. Like that. And we have, it's probably the debut album, Kiss. Yeah. Wonder if it has Kissin' Time on it. It does. So pretty cool. And that's everything that came with it. So yeah, cool. So that's the first time I opened this since I bought it. I just haven't had time to get to it. I think this is a sticker, isn't it? Yeah, that's a sticker. So. Big fan of Kiss. So, a little over an hour. So, I pretty much don't have much else to show you guys. I do have a couple of videos coming out in the next. I edited one today. I'm probably going to edit another one in the morning tomorrow when I wake up. So, but I'm probably going to get them together. Maybe get them out on the weekend or get them out on Monday. We'll see. How the timing is. So I do appreciate everybody being here tonight. Did anybody come up? No, nobody came up. Okay. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Great group of people. And so next week, what I want to do is I put up a couple already where I've done the OG and the reissue, and those have been pretty popular. I've gotten a lot of views on the two part 1 and part 2 that I've already done. I have enough for part 3, enough OGs and reissues of the same album for part 3. That's really, really cool. Yeah, awesome. Man. Cool. So I wish I wish I was anything signed by them, but unfortunately I don't. I do have records signed by some artists, but nothing by Kiss. So I know that's hard to come by. But anyway, this is going to be just OG and reissues next week. Have enough for another show. It'll be part 3, so be sure and check that out. And so yeah, and as usual, I'm always looking for people to come up and be a guest. So if you're interested, I have my Instagram information on my page, and as well as I actually have my email address available in the info part of my page as well. Drop me a line. Yep, awesome, appreciate it. So, and be sure to check out Richard's channel too. Richard's got a really good channel, and so does Chris. Where's Chris at? I'm not sure if you have a channel or not, Now Spinning TV, but Chris the Vinyl Man, he's got a really good channel as well. So check him out too. So yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight. I will see you all next week. Keep rocking, keep playing. Oh, don't forget this year in the I meant to mention this. I don't know who's still around, but they mentioned this. Let me see. I don't know. Okay, so they mentioned this. The Record Industry Association of America came out with the official stats for 2025, and since the first time since 1983 was the last time we had this milestone, but vinyl sales surpassed $1 billion in revenue last year. That's in the U.S. alone, and U.S. has roughly about 50% of the world's sales for records. So, yeah, so about double that worldwide. So you're talking about $2 billion worldwide, but $1 billion in the U.S. The last time the U.S. had a little over $1 billion in sales was 1983. Which was the last year vinyl reigned supreme. In 1984, cassettes took over for the next 8 years, and then CDs took over after that. But yeah, it's a very cool milestone that this year we managed to crack 1 billion. That's like $1.04 billion in sales in the U.S. for vinyl. That's very cool. So, and this year, the Record Store Day is a lot of stuff for Record Store Day. So I know that's going to pump it up as well. I'm very excited for stuff for Record Store Day this year. I've seen the list, and I haven't put up a video for that. I may do that here in the next few weeks. So we'll see. But anyways, that's going to be it. I appreciate everybody stopping by, and I'll see you all next week, and take care. All right, bye-bye.